we ran out of money to build the ship, and the ship went from this big to this big. But then I kept talking to Bernie, and the ship kept growing, almost back to the size that was too expensive. He'd be like, Rob, you really need your rental car? I don't know that you really need your rental car.
Sometimes you have to insist on stuff like Knox cell was going to be like, a cell that we built on this location. And then, it just kind of was this creeping, gnawing thing. I was trying to make it work, and it had this location with like a window that was sort of dictated by the location. And I did these drawings and graphics and figured out that, I'm definitely going to have a camera shadow all over it. Plus, the shape of it's not right. And we had have to move a wall, like shoot one way and then move like a set wall back to get the other way. And so in the end, if you insist on certain things, we ended up making that a small set. So
I mean, but Bernie Blue, our line producer, was really great and really got the picture, and he understood the film we were trying to make, and so and was able to kind of like evolve along the way. I think I remember when we were doing camera tests when he like brought in the accountants to say like, this is what we're spending money on, isn't it cool? I've never seen that before. And so as he can, like he heard, we talked about the approach obviously for months. We prepped the movie, he saw the sets being built, he saw things going, but as we began to shoot, like certain things like made themselves clear. Like eventually he was like, okay, I see how it's all going, we will have to build Knox cell on stage. Like that is the only way to do it their way. And I also remember we ran out of money to build the ship, and and the ship went from this big to this big. But then I kept talking to Bernie, and Craig kept talking to Bernie, and the ship kept growing, almost back to where the size that was too expensive, because but he also knew why, so he was willing to figure it out, and he'd be like, Rob, you really need your rental car? I mean, you know, I don't know that you really need your rental car. And it's like, well, if that helps with Knox cell, then I don't.